welcome our next speaker today. We've got Labour MP Jacinda Ardern.
Kia ora koutou katoa, and I want to start by thanking all of you for coming out today and showing that even if a small group of politicians in Parliament think this debate is done, it is not. We still need to be talking about our role as global citizens and supporting those who find themselves in conflict and hardship and who seek refuge from that conflict and hardship. And it's been one of the statements that I think has troubled me the most in this entire debate in recent times. You would have heard it, the people who have said, we cannot afford to help others because we need to look after our own. Well, aren't these people our own? You know, in a world where we are increasingly treating products, global commodities, as borderless, we haven't yet found a way to make our humanity borderless. We are, after all global citizens. We have a duty to one another to care, to protect, and do as much as we can in those times of need. The other thing that bothers me about that statement is it implies that refugees do not make a contribution to our country. They make an enormous contribution to New Zealand. I've seen some of that contribution firsthand. It's phenomenal. They bring skills, they bring culture, they bring all of those things that as a nation we should be valuing. Now, that is not to say that we do not have a duty of care to them as well, to provide them with support through that difficult resettlement process, and that is why we should be supporting groups like the Refugee Council. Thank you for the work that you do in our community. And the final thing that I just wanted to say, there are situations of horror globally that we do not talk about enough. Syria is horrific. But there are many, many other conflicts who have left an enormous number of people without a home. About 5 years ago now, probably more, I visited refugees in Western Sahara living at the border of Algeria in a little place called Tindouf. Now those refugees had been there for over 30 years. 30 years without the ability to return home. My final plea today is, as well as being welcoming as New Zealanders to those who come in and give us the privilege of calling New Zealand home, don't forget the other conflicts. There are many, and we have an absolute duty to remember them as well. Thank you for being here today. Kia ora koutou.